It's your girl Antonia. We here at Amped Up Live. We got Zen in the building.
Hi.
We also got 702 in the building.
What up?
What's good? So yeah, you already know it's a beautiful morning. Make sure you guys, keep updated what's going on and whatnot. But first on the agenda, it looks like here Miss Trina got into a little confrontation at the good old Wally World. What's good, Walmart? The ratings are definitely gonna go up now, so be prepared. So here's a little clip.
Say it again! Say the motherfucking again! Say it again! Say it again! Say the fucking again, you dirty ass bitch! Say the motherfucking again! I am a nigga, bitch! Say it again! Say it again! I dare you to say it! I dare you to motherfucking say it! Call who you want to call!
Apparently, it looks like Trina was called Egger Bigger. I'm trying not to curse anymore because I got my little nephews and nieces watching my stuff right now. But okay, she called them, as you can see, what she called them. Why is Trina at Walmart anyways? That's my little argument. She should be shopping at Target.
Why is she at Walmart? Are you kidding me?
Walmart.
Oh, I would have went to Target.
I'm surprised she's not there. I'm at 3 a.m.
Right. I would have been there.
She can do what the hell she wants to do.
Yeah, but
you don't call somebody a dirty.
Nope, that's not what she said. That's not what she said. First off, what?
Not bad.
that's what Trina said.
All right, that's what you wanted to say.
Man.
All right. But nah, at the end of the day, you would not have those services or you would not have bumped into people like that.
It doesn't matter. You're trying. You shouldn't bump into that.
Nah, period. You can't bump into that nowhere. You shouldn't bump into that anywhere.
That shit shouldn't be like regular. But it is though.
It's so common now. And I was like, we laugh at it.
Well, I'm glad she went off on
It's
her.
America.
It's
That
disgusting.
shit been around for.
I'm glad she did that.
Yeah, she cursed her out. Next, don't forget, we saw too a little clip there with Kid Capri.
That's not necessary.
It is necessary. You don't do that. That's discrimination. This lady gonna tell me to move my hood when I come in the store and yell it across the store instead of just waiting till I come to the counter and just tell me at the counter. Very disrespectful, and it's discrimination. You really don't know what you're getting yourself into right now.
We have a person in the store.
We have a person in the store that was discriminated against. He told me to take my hood off when I got in the store and yelled it across the store.
So with Kid Capri, as you can see, he was entering the store and he, walked ways into it, I guess, and they yelled at him to take his hoodie off, and I guess the way he said it was highly disrespectful.
Yeah, it had to be that. She probably didn't ask excuse me, can you?
Right, especially if you're an employee, sir.
She probably screamed like. He probably heard the nigga from deep inside without saying the
like,
nigga.
hey you. Hey, you boy.
Yeah.
Take off that hat there.
Hey, you boy there, boy. Oh, you calling me a... Oh, I
know that hat now.
Yeah. The way she said it was probably like, nigga.
Uh-huh. Nigga, sir.
Is she wrong for wanting the hoods off?
No.
It's the way she said it.
It's the way you say it.
I mean, I didn't hear how she said it.
Because
We
I'll
just
take
played it,
offense
but
if a
no.
black person said it to me wrong.
No, she didn't say it in the video. Right?
I think, I don't know. We didn't hear how she said it. He was
We
recording.
We didn't hear how she
after.
said it. If she said it in a rude way, then yeah, he shouldn't have taken it.
Yeah. This place is like, I went to Ireland and I never understood why I had to go to all these stores and I can't wear a hoodie. But there's reasons why. Because over there, people that's running into stores, shooting them up, running, getting the money, they're just doing it easy. It's a little,
But that's what he
scared.
said in the video. He said, "Why couldn't she wait until I came up to the counter?" Like, you don't know. I wouldn't wait till you came.
I wouldn't have waited. I would have said, "Sir, do you mind taking your hoodie off?" I would have said it right
There should
as
be
he
a
walked
sign.
in.
Was there
It should have
a
been,
sign?
but there's a signs at other places that do not. It's a law.
I
I'm
want to
pretty
know
sure in
specifically
Ireland,
at that.
there's a
one.
law that you cannot wear a hoodie. That's why I brought it up. They have signs. It's a law. You cannot wear hoodies in their stores.
I believe it.
And it's honestly because there's Ireland, I guess, is close to some part in Africa. And I guess a lot of Africans are leaving or migrating from there to there. And they're like looting and robbing and stealing or whatever. At least back then, that was like 2008. Or from back then, that's when the signs were up and it was telling me to not do it. But it could have been done before. But it's true. Like, if I had a store coming into the studio, if you come in here with a hoodie, I'm going to be very sus. Like, why are you coming in here? Your hoodie's on. Number one, I'm like, you're grimy about something. You're not cold because it's hot as hell. What's going on? You come into the door. If the sign's not up, at least let them know. Like, hey, do you mind taking? No, you don't. No, you can't come in here with your hoodie on, sir. I'm sorry.
He said she yelled it across the store.
That's disrespectful. And she probably was like, "Hey, boy."
Yeah.
I want to hear exactly how she said it. But
It had to be.
we can only speculate.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't. It was very
Or
disrespectful.
maybe is he from the north?
Yeah.
Then he probably just not used to the south.
But that's exactly what it is. But no matter what,
True.
respect is universal language. North, south, east, west. Learn how to talk to somebody.
True.
Some people can't. They just never seen probably a black person in their store before, so they're like, "Oh my goodness, hey, oh my God, take your hoodie off." What the? Bitch, I'm just trying to pump gas, get a bag of chips, and that's
He was
it.
probably on the road, tired.
Doing too much. Next we got.
Is that discrimination though?
It's extremely. It's
It could be
stereotyping.
if she did it for a reason.
Yeah, and
If
we
she
don't
only
know,
did it with him.
Yeah.
we don't know what her motive was. It could be just for business. Like, look, I want you to remove it, but it's how she said it that bothered him.
Right.
I want to hear how she said it. Anyway.
We'll call him. Just joking. So next we got Wendy Williams. Apparently on her show last week, she was saying how she was referring to a washed up rapper. How they keep her name in their mouth.
There's this soon-to-be washed-up rapper who can't keep my name out of its mouth. And I love it. I sit here like, okay, keep talking. Say some more.
And no one really knows who she's talking about. There's speculation saying that she's talking about Nicki. But then they also want to know, is he talking about 50 Cent? Because 50 Cent and her be going back and forth.
It's not 50. It's definitely Nicki.
I wouldn't say it's 50 because I think they made amends or whatever. I
Nah,
think it's Nicki because
Yeah, it's definitely Nicki.
She better not be talking about Nicki.
they're saying on Twitter that she's talking about Nicki because, I guess Wendy also was bringing up situations about Nicki marrying, what's his name? Petty.
So, Nicki Minaj is married. Yeah. There are some naysayers who say, why did you marry this guy, Kenneth Petty? So she's Nicki Minaj Petty. Well, she announced the news on her Instagram last night by showing the Mr. and Mrs. mugs and the bride and groom hat. So we are to assume she's married. But I think that she probably will start a family right away. And can you imagine a burgeoning belly with these burgeoning hips? I mean, the plastic of it all, you know what I mean? And she's gonna have a big belly, and she's short, and she's got the boobs and the hips. And I don't know what he does for a living. I just know that he did time in jail for, he's a sex offender. Well, she's no stranger to that, because her in jail for
Sex offending.
for sex offending. Well, first-degree manslaughter. Now, he served 7 years in prison, and he's also a sex offender. So that means that is a manslaughter a killer? Oh, that's okay, so he's a killer and a sex offender. Well, Nicki, congratulations.
Nicki was going ham though, talking about how her man, what's that guy, the dude, Wendy's man was laid up on the beach. Like,
with
worry about
Kevin.
you. Yes.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's true.
it's very true. It's like, mind your business. Why are
Who
you
are we to dictate how other
Right.
people live their lives just because they're famous?
right?
We always mention people's past. And that's not what God does, Mr. Wendy P. Williams. I mean Pendy. Pendy. Pendy, Prince on. Let me eat my I ain't cursing today, but I'm gonna eat my mother pickle. second, because I got something to say. Good. God already told us that he placed our sins into the sea of forgetfulness. So how can you remember something that God already forgot? How can you blast a bunch of rappers and interview a bunch of rappers that all they do is talk about shooting and killing, then continue to mention somebody that actually did that, who served their time and paid their debts to society? But that's why Kevin was on that island chilling, and I can't. Kevin said, wait a minute, I'm about to have my baby. He called you and was like, well, hold on. Bitch, I can't come to that episode. My bitch giving birth. My real bitch giving birth, child. You see? I can't. When you announce my husband, P, there's no need for you to mention his past, because these rappers is rapping about shooting and killing every day. These rappers is out here every day talking about guns they ain't never held, guns they ain't never bust. Okay? Tasha K is coming up next week, as well as T.S. Madison, who everybody knows that's my baby. T.S. Madison is going to be here. And we got a full show. It's next week. I had to give a little sneak peek today. Pendy Pinson? I'm done. I'm done. Do you mention Gucci Man's body every time you mention him? Or when you discussing his wife, do you mention his man down, his charge? 3 times in a row, doing a show, acting like she f***ing stuttering John. Talk about, is it manslaughter? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does manslaughter? Does it mean that you actually killed somebody? Does it mean that you Bitch, where was you at when Kevin had his dick knee deep in that punani? And it's not about you doing your job. There are people who report the news, and there are people who do it with an evil intent in their heart, viciousness. And I pray for you because I know you're hurting, and I know you must be sick and humiliated. Okay? I pray for you. Because I let it go when you had to tell the audience, whatever he had to do time for. I let it go. But every time you mention him, you feel the need to bring him up. You feel the need to bring these things up, as well as something that he was wrongfully accused of doing when he was 15 years old, all because he didn't have $7,000 to get himself bailed out. Because when you in the hood at 15, you don't have that kind of money, and neither does your family. And when the alleged accuser wrote a letter to the judge asking to recant these statements, she was told that she would go to jail for 90 days, allegedly, if she recants the statement. But white is right. But I didn't know that in our society, you have to be plagued by your past. I didn't know that people can't turn over a new leaf. I didn't know that your viciousness and evilness was this deep-rooted, this deep-seated. But I understand why now. When a woman isn't really being loved at home, the viciousness is a different type. So I really wanted to pray for you today, because look at where you are now in your life. Look at what age you are. You sat up there being vicious all this time and paid for that man's mistress for all these years. Child, you paid for her shopping sprees. You paid for her hotels. You probably even paid for her GYN bills. Bitch, you paid to have that baby delivered, ho. How you doing? I want to know what you was doing when that motherfucking dick was knee deep in that pussy. Because I don't want never imagine you without that wig on your head. And that's why he ran. That's why. That's why. And I was one of those black women supporting you when that came out. I was one of those people saying, forget what she said about me in the past. Let's all surround her and now support and uplift her. And we won't talk about you wannabe queen radios who dying to get my attention, who dying to get me to say y'all name. Y'all know y'all will never get said because y'all are peasants. Pendy and peasants. Okay? I was really one of those people, you know, rooting for you at the sober living home, just because I know we're human first. We're human before we're celebrities. We're human before we're personas. And I know that you must have gone through a lot. But you are demonic. And that's why this stuff unfolded. If I were you, I would go and pray. Ask for forgiveness. You can report the news. People do it all the time. Report the news without the level of viciousness and trying to play dumb and doing all this nonsense. I mean, I watched you do that to Beyonce for years, and I could never for the life of me figure out why. Like, what does this woman have against Beyonce? Like, it's sickening to watch. But I remember I was somewhere with Nas, and you walked up to him and said, you acted like you didn't see me, and then you said to him something about, oh my God, why are you with her? I don't like her. And you said you and Kevin had spent the whole morning playing Nas. Kevin wasn't playing Nas. Kevin was knee deep in that pussy. You was playing Nas. Bitch. You was playing yourself and Nas. But the real show about you is coming next week, because there's a couple things that we've uncovered about you and certain others.
But the issue was too.
That's Nicki got a job and Wendy got a job.
Right.
True.
And Wendy gonna make sure she goes in and everything that she says, especially if you're talking about her.
That is Wendy's job.
Word.
Wendy's job is to be like.
She don't got no friends, and she said that shit all the time. I don't got no friends in the industry.
But she got hella money.
Mm-hmm.
Hella money, hella exposure.
She gotta do her job.
She ain't got no man, no,
if she
no
don't
man,
like
no
you,
friends.
she could say whatever the fuck she want on her show.
People
Just like
gonna
Nicki
tune
can.
in. Yeah.
True.
But it's like,
why doesn't she invite Nicki?
why
on
get
her
so
show?
personal?
I think
They
wasn't
should've-
Nicki on there before? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
think
don't
they
know.
did an interview with
Maybe
each other.
Wendy should come to Queen Radio and talk about it.
That shit would have security.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
That would be wild.
'Cause they both still got that hood shit in them. I
They
ain't
both
gonna-
from up north. They're
Yeah.
both gonna be nasty. They both gonna talk shit.
I ain't
It's
never
gonna
gonna
be-
be
slip.
so much
Wendy
tea.
ready to attack somebody.
Wendy
She got a
always
lot of
talking
anger.
shit.
in
And
her
she'll
right
pull up
now.
at your party. She pulled up at 50 Cent because she was invited. They was like, yeah, you come to the lobby, but you ain't going in.
Yeah, she's wild for that.
She has no respect. She doesn't care.
She's bugging.
But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to our channel, Amped Up Live, and hit us up on Instagram, email us, all that good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Later.
Word.